Hey guys, welcome back to Minecraft the Shipwreck. Today we will be reading chapter 41, which is titled Emily. Starts on page 338 and goes to page 345. If you guys have enjoyed this novel, make sure you hit that subscribe button for more Minecraft the Shipwreck. Without further ado, chapter 41. Emily exhales, grinning at Jake and Tank, who both still seem stunned that they've made it here. She turned around to see Isabella watching them with a soft smile on her face. Thank you, she says. They couldn't have solved this without her. The whole last riddle was all a reference to her specific childhood, a song she used to sing. You've been playing this for weeks, Isabella asks. Emily nods. Isabella takes a deep breath. I'm going to talk to my mother. Thank you for showing me this. She smiles at the three of them and wipes carefully at her face before leaving them. The door shuts, and then they're alone in the computer lab. What now? Tank asks. We beat the game. Jake is still mesmerized by the movement of the merfolk swimming around him, wandering through the village. This place seems super cool. I bet each of these mermaids villagers have like a job or role. I wonder what we could trade with them. We solved the mystery, though, Emily says. This whole time we've been wondering, why is this game here? Who built all this stuff? And it's been Ellen this whole time, trying to connect with her daughter. Jake leans back on his chair, tilting precariously. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think that's pretty amazing. What do you think is going to happen to the community center? Tank asks. I think that's up to Isabella, Emily says. But whatever happens is going to be okay. We can always start a new world. Jake brightens. Oh, yeah. He falters, tapping his fingers nervously on the keyboard. Would you still want to play with me? Tank nods, of course. He looks at Emily as if still unsure. I said a lot of things, Emily says. I didn't mean it. That we weren't real friends. I was just scared of losing my old friends. Do you feel like you can be yourself around them? Tank asked. I realized, like Shark and those guys, they'd always laugh at me for the kind of stuff I like. I hope you know I like spending time with you. Jake says we could be cleaning and joking around and it's still a good time. Me too, Emily says. I feel like I don't have to pretend like anything I don't like. I can just like the stuff I like. She elbows Tank playfully. Like just building pretty things. There's nothing wrong with that. Tank brightens up, his face breaking into a smile that completely transforms him. Emily feels protective of this boy twice her size. She's got such a good heart and he cares so deeply, but people struggle to look past his size. Thanks. This has been the best. I'm kind of glad I was stuck here cleaning with you guys. Jake laughs. Well, now that we've finished this, we can just hang out, play Minecraft, go get tacos, anything. He reaches out for a high five. Emily slaps his open palm, shaking her head. She used to think Jake's earnestness was annoying. That was naive, but she appreciates his positive attitude. The way he can get so excited about anything. It makes her excited about things too. Do you guys like action movies? Tank asks. Or like, he frowns like he's trying to remember the word, go karts at Fortress Park? Emily laughs. That sounds fun. When school starts, if you want, we can eat lunch together sometimes. I'd like that, Tank says. Emily disconnects and turns off her computer. One by one, the machines power down, and the three of them exit into the empty lobby. She knows whatever comes next for this place, it won't matter. The magical thing that happened here, how they were able to connect and become friends, that's beyond a building now. She loops her arms with Jake and Tank, walking side by side with them to the courtyard. Outside, Isabella is pacing back and forth of the apartment next door to the community center. She sees the three of them and pauses. Emily gives her a thumbs up. Isabella smiles, fixes her hair one more time, and knocks on the door. She hesitates, looking down at her feet, tapping for her heel nervously, and then the door opens. Emily feels like she's tried on half of her closet before she found the right outfit. to face Patty. She isn't sure what she expects from this meeting, but she wants to feel strong and capable and ready, like putting on armor. She's still not sure how she feels about Patty knowing where she lives, and she doesn't know what to do about the fact that the sight of Patty still makes her smile, that she still remembers all the good times hanging out, how Patty always knows which ice cream she likes and always sends her cool new videos on photography techniques or sends her photos she might like. Patty smiles at her from outside the side entrance as Emily unlatches the gate and lets her in. Miss Anderson is parked across the street and waves at them both, watching Patty slip inside. Emily wonders if Patty asked her mom to wait, because this would only take a minute if she knew what was coming. Emily was pretty vague in her text, just a simple, "Do you want to hang out?" "Sorry for all the mess. It's been a construction zone here forever," Emily says. "They're taking their time on the renovation plans for this front building." "Oh, no worries," Patty says breezily. She pauses to study the projected model of the new complex and the simple printed sign that reads, "Redesign coming soon." "Come on this way," Emily leads Patty down the alleyway into the center of the complex. Patty prances into the courtyard after her, the skirt of her dress fluttering prettily as she sweeps in. Today Patty is wearing a sleeveless floral print sundress with boots, set off with clunky jewelry. At a glance Emily knows that the dress was from last summer. The attempt to update the look with the necklace doesn't quite work, and the boots are definitely an autumn look and overcomplicate the silhouette. Emily would have suggested strappy sandals and a simpler necklace. The overall effect is a bit rushed, and Patty's lip gloss is smudged. She also looks kind of cold, shivering in the early evening air. Maybe a few months ago, Emily would have deliberated over and over in her head the perfect way to compliment Patty, while at the same time pointing out the flaws in her look, playing into the endless back and forth for approval that she worried was the core of their relationship. Because in Emily's mind, that doubt, that insecurity, those little games of power and dominance they played were shimmering in the background. As she as tired of wondering if her friends like her for who she is, and she's ready to talk about it, no matter what happens if she loses her spot in Patty's inner circle. Emily turns around, wondering if she should just dive in and explain and get it over with, and is pulled into a close hug. Patty giggles, drawing her close. "It's so good to see you. I'm so glad you had time to hang out today. I've missed you." Patty grasps both of her hands and jumps up and down, and her excitement is infectious, and Emily lets out a laugh. "I've missed you too," Emily says. "Hey, I'm sorry about the last time. I was being I was being weird about, finding out where I lived. I didn't mean to hide it from you. I was just embarrassed." Emily kicks her heel awkwardly against the tile, looking very carefully past Patty and not meeting her eyes. Patty raises one manicured eyebrow and pulls back a little to place her hand steadily on Emily's shoulders. "You think I care where you live? Seriously?" Emily had been playing a game for so long that Patty's abrupt statements takes her by surprise. Emily used to replay every interaction, think about every move, every comment, every single possible hidden meaning. But now, thinking about it, Emily wonders if she did that because she thought she had to, and if there was ever any hidden meaning at all. Maybe Patty just says what she thinks, and she's been Emily's friend all along. Emily blinks. Really? She has been avoiding this moment for so long. Patty at her apartment complex, her real apartment complex, in all its glory, faded paint and ripped chain link fence. It feels oddly anticlimactic talking about it for the first time. Patty's just looking at her and shrugging it off like it's nothing. "I care more about the fact that you thought you had to walk somewhere else. Come on, you could ruin your shoes. Seriously, it's way easier to pick you up from here." Patty huffs, So, there's a double feature at the annex. Nita can drink a Slurpee without getting a brain freeze, and there's no way I can finish one of my own. I wasn't sure what you wanted to do. If you wanted just me and you time, which we can do here, or we could go out to a movie, whatever. Just let me know, and my mom can either drive us or I can tell her to go home. I Emily doesn't know what to say. She's completely belittled, bellowed. She'd been prepared to have to explain even more about why that Patty would say that she couldn't be friends anymore. But there's only this an awkward sidestep around the whole issue and an invitation. Patty still wants to hang out with her. Patty smiles at her maybe for the first time. Emily isn't looking for the thorn under the rose, for a hidden meaning or backhanded compliment. It's a real smile stretching from ear to ear. Patty doesn't want to prove anything. She's just really happy to be here. The movie starts at 4. If we leave now, we have time to get ice cream at the place you like. Hey, Patty pauses, looking back at her. Look, when we hang out, I used to freak out all the time, worry if I was good enough. And it's fun helping you with your channel and stuff. But I don't really care about having my own. Patty gives her a long look that could possibly stretch to infinity. Emily can feel her palms start to sweat, and she feels suddenly nervous, starting to babble. It's not that I don't like the haul videos and putting together cute outfits and stuff like that for you. I don't like it as much as you do. I'd rather just hang out and like go explore and go to the mall and stuff with you. I like finding cute stuff, but it's not like the same for me as it is for you. I actually don't care about being a YouTuber at all, really. The admission hangs in the air, and for a moment, Emily thinks it all over, that Patty will scoff and tell her that they can't be friends anymore, that they never were friends, really. She takes a deep breath and tells herself it's okay, that she's done all she could, and saying this, spending her time the way she wants to. It's more important than what Patty thinks of her. Oh, that's great. Glad you figured that out. I went through 3 different versions of my channel before I figured out what I wanted to focus on? Emily shakes her head, relief flooding through her. What was that it? You were afraid of hanging out with me because you don't like something I like? It feels silly now that she says it aloud, but Emily nods. Friends don't have to like all the same things. And come on, I don't care about any of the Final Fortress movies, but Nita loves them. And it's been weird without you. Emily throws her arm around Patty's shoulder and lets herself relax. It's as if a huge weight has been lifted off her. She thought she had to choose, that she could only be that girl who was friends with Patty and Nita and liked finding the cute dresses and makeup and loved putting together cute outfits, or the girl who liked to charge headfirst into danger in Minecraft and find all the hidden pieces of treasure. All right, let's go. So, what have you been doing aside from the community service stuff? Bet you've been bored out of your mind without us. Yeah, I've actually been playing a lot of Minecraft. Oh, that game with the blocks? It's really fun. You can build things or go on adventures. Want to try it sometime? Patty smiles. Sure, as long as you won't laugh if I'm bad at it. Never. And it's not like there's a point system or anything. It's not a competition at all. I've actually been playing with some new friends, Jake and Tank. They're really cool. If you want to ever hang out with everyone, it would be fun. Sounds good, Patty grins, leading the way. Let's go. My mom is waiting. Do you want to call Nita? Emily grins as she follows her friend out to a new adventure. She thought she could only have one kind of friend. Turns out she's got plenty of space for all of them. That wraps up chapter 41. I hope that you guys enjoyed. And if you did, stay tuned and hit that like button. I will see you next time.